Hey everybody, how are y'all doing? I think I'm going to put the blinds down maybe. I don't know. I really want to mess with the lighting because I don't like the way it looks. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me just pull my blinds down. Maybe we'll turn this on. I guess it's the same. Oh my goodness. Today is going to be a really, really intense conversation, so get ready. I have a lot to talk about, and it's already giving me crazy full body chills. So, I'm feeling like I need to update you guys before we move into this really emotional, like higher perspective, higher mind kind of conversation. So, quick update within my life. So, yesterday, so crazy how all this stuff unfolds. I think it was on Sunday. Yeah, on Sunday, I sent out my newsletter about dark entities protecting your energy. I don't know if I said how to remove them, but we'll definitely go into that today for sure. We'll talk about possessions and all that good stuff. So, yeah, this is going to be a really, really transformative conversation, like especially for my soul journey. So, anyways, where I'm going with this is yesterday I was at a stoplight. I was at my apartment complex stoplight, and this is not the first time this has happened to me either. But there was a van that was flying down the road, like coming from the other direction, and something like immediately told me at the stoplight, like wait when the light turns green, like wait at least like 5 to 10 seconds. And so I did. I just listened to that intuition, that intuitive channeling that I got, and oh my gosh, lo and behold, this van comes flying down the freaking highway. The speed limit's like 40, but this guy was doing at least 60. Like he was going really fast. And immediately I just like, the way I see those energies, it's like I could like, how do I describe this? It's like I see them through my third eye. Like it's like I'm aware that it's not the soul of the human that's driving that vehicle. It's like I know and I can see that there is another energy there that took over, that possessed him to basically psychically attack me in the physical realm. So, yeah, I forgot to set my intention. 1 second. Okay. I set the purest intention at the highest vibrational frequency that this video finds all the souls that need this information at this time. So, boom, there we go. Okay. And so, yeah, and a lot of us have nightmares. A lot of us have crazy dreams and intrusive thoughts. You know, when you're driving down the road or just grocery shopping, you have weird shit pop in. Okay. Those are low vibrational energies. Those are low vibrational entities that come through and try to temporarily possess like your physical body. So they basically like try to push your soul to the side to be like, skirt, actually, we're going to say this. And it's like, no. And that only takes place when you are operating, when you are vibrating at a low vibrational frequency in the first place. So once you start raising your frequency, once you start letting go of trauma, once you start clearing yourself out, you're going to not be in a vibrational match for possessions to take place any longer. And I feel like society, like, I don't want to say it, but y'all know exactly where I'm talking about in California, that movie studio place. Okay. I feel like they've really exaggerated possessions, and I feel like they did that on purpose because you can't catch everyday possessions that take place every single day. So, anyways, yeah, I have to walk us into this conversation. I have to do this video on a different like energy than I've ever done before. So, okay. All right. I just want to speak directly to, this is my highest and purest intention. I desire to speak directly to the souls who have gone through religious trauma in this lifetime and past lifetimes, um, as well as everyone's inner child. So if you as a soul have gone through religious trauma in this lifetime and past lifetimes, and your inner child is severely wounded, stay tuned. This is going to be really intense. So just prepare yourself. And I also want to drop this disclaimer really quick, which is anything that I say, anything that comes out of my heart chakra, like my energy, just know that it is the source of this information. It is universal truth. It is pure, primary, unconditional love. It is not anything low vibrational. Okay. And this is why it's going to sting. This is why it's going to be triggering. Right. Okay. So anyway, okay. All right, let's shift gears for a second. And I want to talk about really quickly my journey of taking my power back. So I did this little exercise and I made this arc. Okay. So at the beginning of the arc, I said, who was I in this lifetime in childhood before my trauma, before I got traumatized? And so I did the best that I could to like recall who I was before I got traumatized. And so I wrote down soft spoken, lighthearted, feminine, curious, spontaneous, naturally open minded, loving, heart centered, authentic, expansive, believed anything was possible. I'll never forget that. I can't even remember where I was like in my hometown, but I just remember looking up at the sky and like I just had this like expansive mind energy of like, oh my God, this world is so big that anything is literally possible. That kind of energy. And then I also didn't care about what other people thought and their perceptions of me. Like I never even like gave a fuck, like not even an ounce of a fuck. I didn't care. There was no ounce of like caring at all in my being. I was like, I don't give a shit. You do you, boo. Like I literally didn't care. And I also wrote down unique and laughed uncontrollably, which I still kind of do sometimes. It's like starting to come back slowly, but yeah, I love to laugh. And so anyway, and then in the middle of the arc, I said, who did I become while I got traumatized? I really just like, I feel like it'll take me forever to list off everything I did become, but we'll just go through it. I became narcissistic. I became selfish. I became extremely low vibrational. I became toxic. I became crazy. I became aggressive. I became everything that wasn't truly me. Okay. I adopted thought patterns that weren't mine. I adopted belief systems that weren't mine. So many things I became. And I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. But you guys get the drift. And then the last portion of this arc, I said, how did I get to where I am today from being traumatized? So we talked about where I started, what happened when I got traumatized, and how did I pull myself out of this energy? How did I teach myself how to unlearn everything that really wasn't me? And so the first thing I did, okay, which was I made the choice to do what's best for me. I remember when I was 22, was I 22? I think I was 22. That's when I left my hometown and I said, you know what, like I'm leaving. I literally have this insane intuition, like gut feeling, like it was so intense I couldn't even deny it. And this was like right before my spiritual awakening, like literally 3 months before my out of body experience. And I felt this like intense gut feeling of like, get the fuck out of here, get out of South Carolina, get out of Charleston, you need to leave. And so I listened to that and I followed that. And I would say between this choice of deciding that I'm going to do what's best for me, I'm going to like start putting myself first. There was a bunch of trial and error, right? Like I started dabbling in yoga and I started dabbling with different jobs, and there was just so much trial and error that went on so that I could literally start to discover myself again, which was to go back to who I was in childhood before my trauma, before brainwashing, before getting conditioned, before all of that. And so, and then 3 months later, I started developing my connection to the non physical. Okay. I was unlearning what I originally perceived as normal. I also made choices to take radical accountability and responsibility in my life. And so I decided, I want to say this was when I was like 20, was I 24? Maybe when I was like 25, I would say, like literally just a few years ago. I made the choice to be like, you know what? Like all of this is my problem. I created all of this. Like everything I'm going through is my fault. It's my fault. And I'm done blaming other people. I'm done blaming um, other people around me for stuff that I'm still continuing to create. I said, you know what? Like, in that radical honesty that I did with myself, like, I hated it. I hated it. I was like, it was like nails on a chalkboard to me. Because in my mind, when I was saying that to myself, I was telling myself, well, it's not me. It's my trauma. It's my family. Like, my family is responsible for the way I am today, which partially is true. And it's partially not true because you're missing the other half. Okay. And that other half is this is why this is about taking your power back, because all of us on a soul level, okay, here we go, we're going deep. All of us on a soul level on the other side contract to experience certain things, in lifetimes, to gain wisdom, to clear old karma, to complete old karmic cycles, okay? And so it makes us become better. It makes us become better souls, better individuals, better community, okay? And so, anyways, where was I making the choices? Oh, yeah, for accountability and responsibility. And so I literally thought to myself, I said, okay, how can I literally shift my life into what it is that I actually want? And I realized that I had to literally let go of everything that was in this middle arc. Okay. I had to let go of all of this because I had lived this as my life for so long that I didn't have anything healthy to compare it to. I didn't know what it was like to have a healthy mom or a healthy dad or healthy sisters or a healthy job. Okay. I didn't know what was healthy. I didn't know what was normal. And I didn't know what was normal because a lot of people on this planet are just flailing around, projecting from wounded aspects of themselves, and they're thinking that what they're doing is normal and it's not normal. And so then I thought to myself, okay, I started doing a lot of ancestor work back in, I think it was like, was it 2021 or 2022? I think it was 2022. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make the choice to not repeat generational trauma, generational mistakes. Whatever my grandparents did, whatever my parents did, I'm not going to repeat that. I'm going to choose to do the exact opposite. And so just to apply this to relationships really quick, like my parents procreated, they did a 50-50 relationship. As a matter of fact, she dated a mama's boy who was very in his feminine energy, very in his receiving energy, like you're serving me energy. Okay. And then she had twins. Okay. Can you imagine going through that kind of pregnancy and then being with a man who like doesn't do anything for you? Like, oh my God, no. And so then I decided, I said, you know what? Like when I get married, when I get into a relationship with a partner, like I'm not going to do that. Like I'm not procreating with a partner who cannot provide for me, like who cannot support me. And so, because I was like, I don't want to be in that position. Like, I'm not going to repeat the same generational mistakes that have been going on for so many years just to go through exactly what my family has been going through. Like, no, I want to live my best life. And how can I do that? I can live my best life by learning to become self-reliant, by learning how to provide and protect myself, by learning how to reparent and nurture and remother myself. Okay. Get my finances in order, establish financial security, Like, make sure that my ducks are basically in a row, solidified. I have a strong foundation before I take on more responsibility, before I take on the responsibility of getting into a relationship and dealing with somebody else's traumas or unresolved traumas, witnessing traumatic aspects of themselves, mixing my energy with their energy. Okay, it's a really big responsibility to get into relationships in the first place, because you're putting yourself at risk to have kids. You're putting yourself in a position to get pregnant. And so, wouldn't you want to create, as a woman, wouldn't you want to create the best foundations for a new life to begin in the first place? A lot of women aren't even taught that. A lot of women just literally copy what their parents did, what their religion teaches them to do. Okay. Um, and so, yeah, I would go ahead and get a piece of pen or, oh my gosh, pen and paper. God, I'm like so floaty today. Get a pen and paper and just clock and document your financial situation, your living situation, your career situation, your work dynamic, relationships. Okay. And then I want you to ask yourself, in this aspect of my life, in my financial situation, have I established financial security, which is having consistent cash flow? Okay, having a job or being self-employed or stepping into the business investor realm. Okay, do I have money coming in? Is it consistent? Okay, financial security. Now ask yourself, how responsible, taking responsibility and accountability, how accountable and responsible am I with my finances? When I spend my money, do I just spend it and I look away and I run away and I don't want to go into my bank account? I don't want to look at it and I don't want to record it. I don't want to put it in my budget. I just want to pretend like I didn't spend it. Okay. That kind of energy. Like, no. That was something really hard for me when I was transitioning out of like the 3D financial realm into higher frequencies around money and my financial situation, which was getting fucking honest, getting so radically honest with where I spend my money and where I'm spending my money. Is it aligning to my values? Is the money that is coming in, am I using it? Okay. Am I using that tool, that energy to align with the values of freedom, with security, with abundance? Okay. With the non-physical, with knowledge, with wisdom? Am I spending my money responsibly? Am I being accountable for it? Okay. And then I learned that I was remanifesting debt in my energy, one, because of energetic deficits. So, people pleasing trauma. If you have the fawn response lodged in your nervous system and you still have that people pleasing programming, please go watch my people pleasing trauma healing video. I teach you how to get that out of your energy, how to uninstall it, release it, and close up that energetic deficit. Because when you have energetic deficits that are open, energy is going to leak. And because money is energy, you're going to leak money. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. And then also I needed lots of time for solitude and inner exploration. There were months at a time where I could not use my life force energy to maintain healthy friendships, to maintain healthy relationships. Like, I literally was like in this like weird isolation period, this weird hermiting period. And when you're breaking generational trauma, it takes a lot of life force energy in the first place. So if you're here, if you're breaking that trauma, congratulations, you're fucking amazing. You're brave as fuck. Like, you're strong. You're the more than likely the most courageous person in your bloodlines. Okay. Because you're literally making the choice to go, and I'm not going to do that. You guys are going to celebrate Christmas. I'm going to go take a vacation to the Maldives. Go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much power that you can reclaim by choosing to put yourself first and by deciding what's best for you. And then also choosing to love myself unconditionally. Okay, this is going to sting, but a lot of us, because a lot of us formed trauma bonds in childhood and at birth, because we formed those trauma bonds, we formed bonds with conditional love. We never received pure unconditional love. Okay. If your family was emotionally healthy, congratulations. Maybe you did experience that. But for the most of us on this planet, You have trauma bonds. You did not experience pure unconditional love, the kind of unconditional love that comes from your pets. Okay. Like, I guarantee you did not receive that love, which is why you're having karmic relationships with certain partners. And so, anyway, and then I wrote down putting myself first, nurturing, reparenting, providing, protecting me and my inner child, deciding to take 100% responsibility for creating my reality, uncreating what I wanted and recreating what I truly wanted. Oh, that was so deep. And that was literally how I pulled myself out of all the bullshit that I went through. And so, one of the things I want to mention from this life journey that I went through so far, okay, is in my upbringing from the beginning. This is the beginning, I think. Oh, no, sorry. This is the beginning. From the beginning of my lifetime in this life, I came here from the other side. Basically, like, nobody could brainwash me into religion. Nobody could tell me what to believe in. Nobody could tell me, like, nobody could force their beliefs of God onto me. They couldn't force any other beliefs of their spirituality onto me. Like, they just could not. And when I was in childhood, I didn't understand why. It's giving me chills. And so on my mom's side of the family, it was very Catholic, and then my dad's side of the family was very Jewish. And the Catholic stuff, it wasn't as intense as the Jewish stuff, I would say. My mom's side of the family, the only thing I can remember doing at Catholic church was going a couple of Sundays and, going to mass and listening to the creepy priest. Okay. And just like being in the creepy church. Like, I just remember feeling like so many weird energies in there, and I felt super uncomfortable. The people in there were extremely judgmental, extremely fear-based. Like, I didn't vibe with anybody in there, and I didn't understand why. I'm like, why is it that I don't understand these people? I don't understand what they are so fucking afraid of, and why are they so judgmental? Like, what is their problem? I just did not get it. And then because my parents were divorced, I'd go to temple on Saturdays. So, Orthodox Jews go to temple on Saturdays. And so anyway, I'd go with my twin sister. And if you've never been inside a Jewish temple, especially an Orthodox one, the men are at the bottom. The women are on the right side or left side and upstairs on the second floor. And so basically the rabbi, he's in the middle, like rocking back and forth. Like, he looks like he's like performing an exorcist. Okay. And then there's like the women upstairs on the benches or in the corner. And I just remember, like, I saw that and I was just like, why is it that women and men have to be separated? Sorry, I ate a hamburger, so I had like a burger in my tooth. Anyways, I think I got it. I just thought that was weird when I was a kid. I'm like, why is it that the men and the women can't sit next to each other? This is fucking weird as fuck. And I always got creepy, weird energies in there too. And I didn't know why. I was like, even when I learned like a little bit of Hebrew and stuff, it was like I could see and feel the difference between the Hebrew language and also the brainwashing that was going on religiously. And there was just so much fear frequency around that. And I'm like, why is everybody so fucking afraid of God and their image of God, their perception of God? Like, why is that? There was a teaching in my Kali Ma Oracle, which was the fear of God is needed on the soul journey in order to start living from the heart. Something along those lines, okay? Which is so interesting that I came across that sentence, because literally for the entirety of my life, I could just never wrap my mind around being so afraid of worshiping a higher power. It just never made sense for me. And so what happens is, here you are, before your trauma, you are empowered. You are authentic. You are unapologetically yourself. You don't care about what other people think about you. You don't absorb other people's perceptions of you. Okay. Like, when I'm around like 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds, like in 3rd grade or 2nd grade or whatever, and you say something to them, like if you say something rude to them, they're going to call you out immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, If you're like, oh yeah, you look ugly today, they'll be like, yeah, you're ugly. I don't care. Like they're so funny about it. And so it's about reconnecting to that inner child of, I don't give a fuck what other people think. I'm not going to absorb other people's lenses. I'm not going to absorb other people's perceptions of me because I know who the fuck I am, which is authentic, which is real, which is vulnerable, which is spontaneous, which is lighthearted, which is feminine, okay, which is pure. I know who I'm not, all right? And anyways, for all of those individuals who went through religious persecution, religious trauma, okay, I feel like a lot of the souls I'm speaking to right now, a lot of you struggle with judgment. You all struggle with severe judgment wounds, and you're constantly, I would say, it's like you're inundated constantly the same way narcissists are inundated with guilt and shame. It's like y'all specifically are just inundated with energies that try to make you play small. They try to make you push down in a box. They try to make you feel insecure. They try to make you feel like you're not deserving, that you're not worthy, that you're not good enough. Okay, it starts really hurting your feminine energy. Whether you're male or female, you both have feminine energy. And so whenever your feminine energy gets so severely wounded, I feel like it cuts off your life force, like your creative juice to life. And you're just living this robotic matrix, like boring life. I don't know. It's just, I didn't get that traumatized. Like there was just something that I came with here in the non-physical that was just like, no one's going to brainwash me no matter what. Like I can literally remember, y'all, oh my God, it just, I don't know if this makes me want to cry or if it makes me just want to get really angry. So it's fine. I remember, so for those of y'all who did not grow up in the Jewish culture, typically what they do a ritual, just like every other religion. Everything is ritualistic, okay? They do a ritual where all of the ancestors come over to the house, and that could be cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, like everybody is packed into this tiny fucking house, okay? And we all have booklets, and we all have to read like stories about genocide of Jewish people. We had to read about the history of the holidays and how they came about. And then we had to say the Hebrew prayers. I still know, intellectually, I still know those Hebrew prayers because I was literally like, I was traumatized that if I did not say those prayers, I was not going to eat. I wasn't going to get fed dinner when I went to those parties. Okay. I would have been pushed to the side. I would have been told to like go sit alone in a room by myself. And I just remember like my twin sister and my cousins, like we would have to, all the kids would have to speak the prayers over the candles that were lit. So my grandmother showed these like long, I don't know what they're called, like these long candles, like in these massive candle stands. Okay. And you pray over the bread, you pray over the wine. Let's see, there's the Hamotzi prayer, which is the bread, the wine. I feel like there's another one that I'm forgetting about. Anyways, it's been so long since I've said them, but I remember like getting ready to say the one for the wine, and I just, something in me was like, do not say this, like don't repeat this out loud. And my grandfather was staring at me, my Jewish grandfather, and he looked at me like, I fucking hate you. I hate you. I resent you. It's not fairy. Like he was disgusted. He was disgusted with my like existence, okay? Because he could see on my face and my energy, and like I didn't want to say the prayer. I didn't feel like participating in the ritual. I didn't believe in the ritual that was going on in the first place. I didn't believe in their belief systems. I never did. He was angry and pissed that I was like, I don't want to give my power away to you. I don't want to give my power away to this fucking religion. Fuck you. You can stay disempowered all you want, but I'm going to be fucking me no matter what. Okay. Anyways. And so there was this energy of like, you're a Gentile, you're an outcast, you're unlovable because you're not participating in our belief systems. You're not participating in our culture. You're not 100% showing up and lying down on the floor like a doormat and just taking all of our abuse, our religious abuse, our trauma, our bullshit, our narcissistic fucking energy, okay? Fuck you. Fuck you. And we're not going to provide for you financially. We're going to make sure that you suffer and that we gatekeep everything that we know in life so that you struggle. You get to struggle because we hate you. You're unlovable. You're unworthy. You're undeserving. You don't deserve to be here because you're not choosing to be a part of our belief system. You're choosing to not be a part of our religion. So you're an outcast. You're a Gentile, right? Like that was their word. It's the same thing for the FLDS cult. That's what I'm going to fucking call it. Okay. They call people who are outsiders Gentiles. It's the same thing with Jewish people. I don't know if Catholic people call each other Gentiles or what, but every common denominator of religion is fear, is disempowerment. Religion is fucking bullshit. I'm going to say that one more time so it touches you on the deepest levels of your soul. Religion is fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. You are so much more powerful than you were conditioned, than you were brainwashed, than you were programmed to believe. Every single one of you that is watching this video, you all have a direct connection to the center of the universe, that God energy, source energy, whatever label you want to put to it. You all have the innate birthright to connect, to work with that energy, to invoke that energy through you into your reality, into your energy at any time, 24/7. There is no book, there is no belief system to tell you out there in the world what is best for you. You know what's best for you always. Always. Stop giving your power away. Take your fucking power back. The next time someone tells you to do something, do the opposite, okay? Like, be perverse on purpose. Like, I'm being so dead ass serious. Do not allow people to tell you what beliefs you should be believing in, okay? I'm trying to see if I can think of a perfect example within the Jewish faith. Okay, here's this. I don't know why this was coming to mind. Oh, it's so triggering. Okay, good to know I have an unwitnessed aspect of myself that needs to be witnessed. Okay, I'm going to witness this aspect of myself really quick. When I was 18 years old, I flew to Israel. I went all over the country. I went through birthright because my family was Jewish. And anyway, for those of y'all who don't know what birthright is, it's like two old men who pay for your hotel stay, your flight, they pay for everything just for you to go to your homeland, basically. Okay. Anyways, I went to this restaurant with the group of students that I was with. I think I was 18 at the time. And the guy who was leading the lectures, on the bus and all over the country of Israel, he would tell the stories of Jerusalem, and he'd tell the stories of Tel Aviv and all that. And we went to this one restaurant, and oh my God, it's so triggering. It's so triggering. I went to go get a cheeseburger. Okay. At this point in my life, I did not eat super healthy at all. I was I was drinking iced coffees almost every single day. And I was just eating whatever the fuck I wanted to eat. Okay. Which had to do with me being neglected in my upbringing. And yeah, that's a whole other story. So anyway, I ordered a cheeseburger, and this man was like, "You can't sit next to me." And I was like, "Oh, why?" And he goes, "Because it's a cheeseburger, it's not kosher." And I said, "Okay, it's not that fucking deep. It's not that serious." And he got so triggered. He was like, "Well, you have to go sit over there. You have to go sit in that part of the cafeteria where it's not honored, basically." And so they had sections in this fucking restaurant, in this cafeteria, where if you were Orthodox, the Orthodox people sat over here and the unorthodox people sat over here. And I'm like, how fucking divisive is that? That's not fucking unconditional love. This is literally separation. This is literally conditional love. This is extremely low vibrational. You're making me sit over here because eating cheese and meat is fucking triggering to you. Be so fucking for real. It's not that serious. I mean, come on. And so anyway, it's stupid shit like that. This man believed with his entire fucking being that was a sin, that I was going to go to hell. I was going to, when I leave this incarnation, that I was going to go to a dark realm and be surrounded by dark entities because I ate a fucking cheeseburger. Be so fucking for real. Be so fucking for real. The only way you're ever going to see a dark, low vibrational realm when you leave this incarnation, I've left my body many times. I can literally tell you. The only way you're going to see those kinds of energies is if you are existing in that state of being. If you believe with your entire soul right now that you're going to go to fucking hell for eating a goddamn cheeseburger or whatever it is, whatever stupid belief it is, okay? When you leave this incarnation, that is literally what your mind is projecting into the non-physical. So it's going to validate those low vibrational beliefs. If you are harboring old belief systems, low vibrational belief systems of hell, of dark entities, well, guess what? When you leave this physical realm and you leave your physical body, finally, you're still breathing, you're still seeing, and all that you're relying on is just what your consciousness is projecting. Guess what you're going to fucking see? Whatever you're believing in. Okay. Do you know how many times I've literally connected with so many loved ones on the other side? And they're like, it's like when they die in this realm, they're like, what the fuck? Like it's like this energy of like frustration almost. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I fucking bought into that shit. Like, why? Okay. And there's this massive karmic lesson that takes place with the souls who choose to endure religious trauma. Okay. All of those souls are learning the disempowerment cycle. Take the power back. Okay. Anytime you worship something, you're like, I'm just going to believe everything that you say and just take it as my new belief system. I'm just going to, whatever you say, because you're the priest or you're, whatever they call them, the pastors, you're the prophet. That's it. That's it. They call them fucking prophets. I don't know if they call them prophets in the Mormon church or not, but I do know that the FLDS have a prophet. Oh my God, he looks so creepy. And not to mention his prophet slept with a 12-year-old. So a lot of those, I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of priests and pastors are majorly involved with that kind of energy. So there's lots of sexual abuse that goes on in churches just in general. So not only are you literally giving your power away, and then on top of that, you're getting abused by your fucking prophet, your pastor. Oh my gosh, like, stop. Get away from that energy. Like, get away from those buildings. Throw those fucking Bibles in the trash, okay? And start following your soul shit, okay? That's what I'm going to call it, your soul shit. Follow what lights you up. Follow your own joy. And then naturally, like, things are just going to unfold for you, okay? When I was in childhood, when I was in teenagehood, young adulthood, I did not, like, I knew that religion was just not for me. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. I'm like, there's something out here for me, but I don't know what it is yet. Like, I could just feel that. And it wasn't until I had my out of body experience with Source, the center of the universe, that I was like, oh, that is why. That's why none of this has ever resonated with me. And it will never resonate with me moving forward into future incarnations, or even when I cross over and go back to the other side. Okay. And even if I come back and reincarnate here, I'm still not going to be a Catholic. I'm not going to be a Jew. I'm not going to be a Mormon. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be somebody's label. I'm not going to literally go to some fucking building and say, here's all of my power. Here's all of my sexual energy. Here's all of my financial energy. Like, just take it, take it, take it, take it. I don't know if all churches do this. But I do know the Mormon churches do this and the Catholic churches do this especially. In Catholic church, what they do is they pass around this, it's like a net almost, like it looks like a fishing net. So weird. That was another thing that made me feel some kind of way when I was a kid too, because I was like, why the fuck are they asking for money? Like, isn't this supposed to be like free? Like, isn't this supposed to be like our birthright to like be in a community of worship? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why do I have to pay to be here? That's like dumb and stupid to me. Never made sense to me. And then I know that just from stories, okay, that the Mormon churches here, they take like a certain percentage of your income, like a 10% tithing or whatever they call it. I'm like, why? Why is it that they go, okay, you know what? I'm going to take 10% of your income. It's like fucking Scientology. Oh my God. Fucking Scientology and the popsicle people. Like, I can't. I literally can't with that bullshit. But it's like they have the power over your finances to be like, after your budget, after your bills, after your groceries, after, you pay to survive Now I'm going to take what's left. I'm going to take some more of your energy away. I'm going to take some more of your power away. No. No. Spirituality is free, and it has always been free. You can literally go into meditation. You don't have to go to a fucking building, okay? You can literally go into your room or go into the woods, or I don't know, you can go anywhere. You don't have to be at a certain place. You can literally just quiet your mind and make the statement out loud and say, you know what? I'm ready to experience all of that is source energy. Okay. I'm ready to experience, my innate soul birthrights of spirituality or whatever it is that you want to say, and see where that takes you, because everyone's soul journey is different. However, part of my purpose here is to remind you that you are very fucking powerful, and you always have been. And don't let these delusional ass fucking people in these buildings make you feel some kind of way that oh, interesting. Okay, I'm feeling called to talk about this. Sorry, y'all, that was my cat. Anyways, I can't believe it's been 40 minutes. Holy cow. Okay. Oh, I'm feeling called to talk about this. All right. I remember there was this one church I went to in middle school, and it was actually a non-denominational church, right? Because I always felt like I never fit in growing up. Like, I always felt like I was an outcast. I always felt like I was unlovable. I always felt like I was undeserving. I always felt like I didn't belong anywhere. There was this energy and this sense of I don't belong to anybody. I don't belong in any community because there's nobody like me anywhere. There's never been anyone like me in childhood. There's never been anyone like me in teenagehood. There's never been anyone like me now in my young adulthood. Like, I've always had this energy of never fitting in. And hello, there's a reason for that. And so anyway, I remember going to this non-denominational church, and we had to like sing the song. Like, they had like a rock band and everything. And like this one guy, he was like making us like put our hand up or whatever, which, it disgusted me, disgusted my energy. And I was just thinking to myself, like, I felt so uncomfortable, but like I did it. Like, I went like this because I wanted a sense of community. And he could see that I felt uncomfortable, that I didn't believe in, the church and all that. And that I was just doing it to feel that sense of community. And he gets on the microphone after their song was over. And he's like, you know what? If you don't want to be here, then you can just leave. Like, just berating a 12-year-old girl in the audience. I'm like, you're fucking Major Dusty. Like, go fuck yourself. And so anyway, yeah, there was this energy of like, in the Catholic Church especially, I didn't really dive too much into the belief systems within the Jewish faith because of how much I just naturally pushed back as a child. But I would say, I'm going to close my door really quick. My cats like to come in and out of here all the time. But anyways, like in the Catholic Church, they tell you that if you have sex before marriage, then you're unlovable, you're unworthy, you're a disgusting piece of shit, basically. Like, you are, you're dried up, like you belong in the garbage, okay? And don't even think about masturbating. Don't even think about participating in an act of self-love. Don't think about doing that, because if you think about it, then you're committing a sin. Okay. And guess what happens when you commit sins? You're going to go to hell. Oh my God. Oh my God. It just irks the fuck out of me. So anyway, the reason why I want to talk about this is because I'm going to help all of you just in this YouTube video, which I go more into depth with this in my sexual trauma healing course. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Masturbation is normal, it's healthy, and it's an act of self-love. We naturally, as souls, okay, let's just remove the human incarnation for a second. Naturally, as souls, we are naturally erotic. We are naturally sexual. We are naturally sensual. We are naturally so many things that churches tell us to be ashamed of. Really, the root of shame is a fear of disconnection. What are you afraid of being disconnected from? Unconditional love, community, everything that you as a soul naturally embody. Okay. So let that sink in for a second because that was like really deep. So, um, what else did I want to say about the Catholic Church beliefs? Come here. Come here. Don't that. Sorry, y'all. Winter wants attention. I love you so much. I love you so much. I don't think there was anything else. Oh, yeah. I feel like that, not even I feel like, but I know that when you go through that kind of brainwashing, when you go through that kind of energy, that programming, that conditioning, when you start adopting those belief systems, you start getting disconnected from your body. You start feeling ashamed of your body. You start feeling, I feel like this is where eating disorders can come from. This is where alcohol abuse can come from. This is where a lot of self-sabotage behavioral patterns come from. Like so many things stem from those low vibrational belief systems and that energy. Okay. And so what I invite you to challenge yourself to do some mirror work. Okay. Winter, get off the table. Gosh, sorry, y'all. She's like needing so much attention. But anyways, I invite y'all to do some mirror work. Look in the mirror every single day and tell yourself you fucking love you unconditionally. Even if you don't believe it, do it anyway. Because I started doing that back in like 2023. And I know when I first started doing it, I hated it. I hated looking at myself. Why? Because I was wearing other people's lenses. I was wearing other people's lenses of how they perceived me. And I took that on as, okay, shit, I should perceive myself this way. This person says I'm fat. Okay, well, I'm going to perceive myself as fat. Oh, this person says I'm too skinny, or this person says this about me. Okay, well, I'm going to wear this lens, and that's how I'm going to perceive myself. Okay, let go of those fucking lenses. Let them go. They're not you. Let go of that old energy. It's not serving you anymore. Okay, love yourself. Start telling yourself you love yourself more. One of the things that was super powerful for me was hugging myself and setting the intention to talk directly to my inner child that I'm so sorry that you did not receive pure unconditional love the way that you were supposed to, the way that you needed. I'm so sorry that you were severely neglected, that you were severely abused. I'm so sorry there was never anybody there to provide or protect for you. I'm so sorry that you never got nurtured. I'm so sorry that you got ignored. I'm so sorry that, you went hungry. I'm sorry that you went through all of this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. That self-forgiveness, that self-love. Okay. I started out, if you do that every single day for a year, like that's really ambitious, but telling yourself, you love yourself and forgiving yourself because you're taking 100% responsibility for creating this entire reality and saying, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Go look up a Ho'oponopono prayer, which is what that is. It's a Hawaiian meditation prayer. And it's super powerful, very powerful for soul healing. The first time I ever did it, I cried. Like I sobbed because it was so intense because I really just needed to forgive myself and I needed to tell myself that I loved me. And then I decided that moving forward, that anything I wanted to see in my external reality, it had to happen within first. And that's like another rabbit hole I could go down. But anyways, let's shift gears. Let's get off religion for a second. Let's talk about dark entities for the last like 12 minutes or so. Where are my notes? Okay, what do I want to talk about? Okay. All right, let's talk about how to cleanse your energy of dark entities, how you can protect yourself from those energies who have negative intentions towards you. Yeah. and how to take your power back. So yeah, let's do cleansing, protection, and taking your power back with dark entities. Cleansing dark entities. So this is what I would do. This is what I would recommend is within so many different tiers of healing your energy within. So when you heal your masculine energy or your feminine energy or your Chinese meridian lines or your Marma points or your chakras or different wounded aspects of yourself, dark entities can be latched onto you within. They can be latched onto energetic lines within your feminine energy. They can be latched onto your masculine energy. They can be found in your Akashic records. Okay. It can literally be anywhere. So, what I empower you guys to do is set the intention to run a direct connection to source energy, bring that energy through you as long as you can handle it, and say, okay, I now ask source energy to remove and clear any and all dark energies, beings, frequencies, whatever you want to say, from my energy, from my masculine energy, from my feminine energy, from my Chinese meridians, wherever it is that you want to go, whatever you want to target, and ask source to send them back for healing and call back healing energies, pure unconditional love, healing golden light, your natural frequency, whatever you want to say. And then what happens when you do a dark entity removal is it's like, I don't want to say like a piece, but it looks like a hole opened up in your energy. And so what I will ask source to do is to reseal that. I will say, okay, source, any holes that opened up from this removal, I now ask that you please seal that off, please and thank you, so that entities do not come back and try to like siphon more of your energy through that hole. You know what I'm saying? If source is too intense for your energy, if you have a weak nervous system, if you have a weak natural pillar of light, okay, if you're very sensitive to like flashing energies, I highly recommend working with secondary life force energies. So Chamunda is a great energy to work with to remove dark entities. Archangel Michael, if his energy resonates with you. Who else? Kali. I just love Kali's energy so much. Yeah, Jesus is coming through. So if Jesus really resonates with you, his energy, he's like secondary life force energy of pure unconditional love. So it's like pure unconditional love, but just like dimmed down a little bit. So if that resonates with you, definitely work with his energy. Yeah. For some of you, I'm feeling Tata Bombari. Okay. That ascended master, he reverses hexes, spells, curses, and those kinds of energies. Super interesting. Really quick, I actually had a past lifetime, actually multiple past lifetimes in Venezuela, and I actually worked with him. I worked with that energy to remove dark entities that were possessing people. Like they were like full on possessed, and I was like just removing them like it was just another day. Super cool. Okay, and then anyways, yeah. Another thing I do want to say is before you start removing those energies from your energy, be aware that you're going to start clearing house, okay? And your light is going to naturally come out more and more and more. So energies that are not attached to you, they're going to try to psychically attack you in the physical. So whether that looks like crazy road rage or a bitch in the grocery store or whoever it is, like you'll know. It's like you'll just know, like you'll feel it. And you'll be like, oh my God, that's not a soul. Like that's literally like a whole ass dark entity. Because we literally are in the middle of a spiritual war. Like we literally are in the middle of spiritual warfare right now, which is one perspective of how you can look at that. And so anyway, okay, how can you protect your energy from these dark entities? The best way you can protect your energy from these energies attacking you or latching onto you is raising your frequency. How fast can you release trapped emotions, trauma? How fast can you shed old thought patterns, belief systems, expectations, attitudes, programmings, conditionings, energetic residue, cellular codings, trauma layers, okay, all of this stuff. Anything that is low vibrational, okay, a slow frequency that's going on in your energy is where they're going to latch, attach, and target, okay? Crystals, They do offer like some protection, but they're not 100% protecting, right? Because you don't want to get caught in that disempowerment cycle again with religion, with crystals, okay? Because people are doing that right now in the spiritual community. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Be so fucking for real. Um, you really have to use your consciousness, your life force energy, your intention to set energetic boundaries. Okay. You need to set energetic boundary. Any energies, frequencies, and beings that are not in vibrational resonance with my natural frequency does not have my consent to penetrate my energy consciously or subconsciously. It cannot linger outside of my energy. It must get back to sender or source, whatever serves the highest good of all involved. And something else came through. It just left me. What was it? Protection, protection, protection. Oh, yeah. Be very careful with what music it is that you're listening to. If you, I'm not going to lie, I still like some rap songs. Unfortunately, those rap songs are super low vibrational, but one thing you can say is if you are not ready to stop listening to that music, you can say, I don't consent to any subliminal programmings, conditionings, energies, frequencies, consciously or unconsciously in this music. And you'll notice, like, for me, I can feel like a shield around my mind. And then when I listen to that music, it like hits the shield. So interesting because there's definitely lots of programming that goes on, especially MK Ultra programming through music. And so anyway, yeah, let's see. Okay, yeah, let's move into the last part, which is taking your power back. So anytime that I think I made a TikTok video on this like a long time ago, but anytime that you suspect you're getting psychically attacked by a dark entity or a dark being in the physical or the non-physical, okay, so in your physical reality or in dream world, you can do this for both realities, both realms, which is connect directly to source. So the second you feel like you're getting psychically attacked, the second you hear that intrusive thought come in, go, I set the purest intention at the highest vibrational frequency. Interesting. I'll say what just came through after I finish this mantra. Okay, I set the purest intention at the highest vibrational frequency to emanate pure life force energy, pure primary life force energy through my being, through my energy, 360 degrees in all dimensions and all ways, always. And may source transmute any and all energies with negative intentions that are dark and that are at a low vibrational frequency. Anytime I do that and I say that mantra, like in my dream world, if I catch a psychic attack and I say that, they will literally explode. I remember this one, there was like this one like reptilian woman kind of being, like I could just feel her dark energy like in my dream. Like she was like standing at like the top of this sewer. There was like the sewer and like the hole of the sewer, and there was like rushing like warm water in the dream. And something in me was like, say the mantra, say the mantra, say the mantra. And so I said it, and she starts crying. She like cried, dropped to her knees, and then exploded. Okay, like it was really powerful. So yeah, if you ever notice that like in your physical reality, not just your world, and you say that, you can say it telepathically. You don't have to say it out loud, but you can say it telepathically. You will notice people will like, they'll go from acting a certain way to like flipping and going and like behaving a different way. And you're just like, what the fuck? And it's literally because they were temporarily possessed by that dark being because they were at a low vibrational frequency. Okay, so let's see what's newer and truer, newer and truer. Okay. Oh, yeah. I need to mention that really quick before we wrap this up. When I was saying that mantra, so interesting. What was coming through my throat chakra was witchcraft, witchcraft. And I was just like, okay, interesting. Who was that coming from? Oh, it was coming from my higher self. Okay. So yeah, that is like one label, I guess, you can put onto alchemy, transmuting dark energy into light, witchcraft. Okay, that is witchcraft. Oh yeah, that's why I need to talk about this. Okay, because there has been such a distortion, especially from religion, okay, especially the Catholic Church. Witchcraft has been so distorted, has been so stigmatized, that it's like, if you believe in healing yourself, if you believe in alchemy, if you believe in what Jesus, like actually what Jesus believed in, not what the church said he believed in, but what Jesus actually did believe in, which was Christ consciousness, which Christ consciousness is just another label for experiencing source energy. Okay, it's experiencing all that is. The church said if you believe in that, you're going to die and you're going to go to hell and you're going to suffer. And it's like, you're already suffering. If you're literally in this incarnation, you're already suffering. Like there's nothing more to experience on your side of suffering. Okay. Like you got it all right here. How many of y'all can relate to that? How many of you are suffering financially, romantically, okay, in your living situation, your work situation? You're already there. You're already there, okay? So like, just stop with the bullshit. Like it's enough. It's just enough. All right. We're just gonna take religion and just yeet into the trash. All right, because like I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of seeing so many powerful souls walking around on this planet, constantly giving their power away to wounded, traumatized, low vibrational energies. Stop, and take your fucking power back, okay? Practice witchcraft, okay? And the witchcraft that I'm talking about is alchemy, is you can do it with your water. Literally take your water bottle, it's behind me, and say, I now transmute you in your own power. I now transmute any and all low vibrational frequencies in this water, and I now alchemize them into higher vibrational frequencies that are going to nourish me, that are going to heal me, that are going to bring me financial abundance, whatever it is. Play with it. It's your reality. Get creative. Like, what do you want? What do you want to experience? What kind of life do you want to create for yourself? You know? So I'm telling you right now, you live in a life of religion, you're going to be living in constant fear. You know, just really quick before I get off, I want to say this really quick is any churches I've been to, like, or even driven past, like Catholic Church, Jewish temple, okay, anytime I drive past the LDS churches here, just so y'all are unaware, for all my peeps who live in other states besides Utah and just anywhere else in the world, in Utah, they have churches, like LDS churches, Mormon churches, like on almost every block in a neighborhood. It's so creepy. Like that was something I'm like still not used to, because I'm just like, why do all these? Why does this state need so many churches? Like, there's not that many fucking people that live here. Like, anyways, I just thought it was interesting. There's just like a ridiculous amount of churches here, and that's on purpose. Okay. To siphon your energy financially, physically, spiritually, okay? It's up to you to decide to cut that shit off. It's your choice, your free will. You can use your free will to continue to get abused, okay? Or you can use your free will to set yourself free and start living your best life and taking 100% responsibility for it, 100% accountability for it, okay? But one thing I've noticed is a lot of those people who do go to church, a lot of them are typically status oriented, okay, which is what I've noticed. It's like not everybody is like this who goes to church, but a lot of them who do go to church are like this. They're like, oh, what kind of car do you drive? What kind of job do you have? What kind of clothes are you wearing? You know, do you shop at Chanel? Do you shop at Louis Vuitton? Do you shop at Gucci? Are you driving a Lamborghini? Like, what are you doing? How big is your house? Okay, it's all like stupid bullshit. It's literally fucking stupid. It's the same frequency as the church, which is why they're in like perfect vibrational match for each other, okay? But it's funny because that was like the kind of energy that it was like in the Jewish temple. Like it was always like a competition of like, I donated this much money to charity, and how much did you donate? 40,000? Yikes, you're broke. Like stupid shit, like stupid fucking shit. Oh, I just like couldn't stand it. Yeah, anyways, I have not been to a Mormon church, so I don't know like how they act in there, but I do know how the Jewish people act. A lot of them. I know how a lot of Catholic people act, okay? And so it's so funny because every time I drive past those churches, I'm like, where's your Ferrari? I don't see your Ferrari. Where's your Lamborghini? Where's all your money that you project and boast about? Is your net worth actually what you say it is? Or are you just doing that to put on a facade to like project out that, you're trying to be better than everybody else because, you have a superiority complex or you have an inferiority complex, which is why you're in perfect vibrational match for the church because you're both extremely dysfunctional. Okay. Anyways, anytime I drive past those churches, I'm like, I just see the same like mom and pop sedan. I'm like, okay, I'm like all these people who act like they're better than everybody else who say, oh, my church is the best and I'm the best because I believe in this religion and, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, what are you driving? What's your net worth? Be so fucking for real, And I'm not materialistic at all. Like I could give less of a shit what people drive or anything, However, if you're going to sit there and act like, you're better than, God's gift to women, well, then I want to see it. But you can't provide that. You're not even backing up your talk. You're just all talk because talk is cheap. Like there is no action. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, I just think that shit is so funny. But yeah. Anyways, this was a really, really intense conversation today. And this is definitely not going to be the last conversation about religious trauma for sure. Because it is part of my purpose to trigger a lot of religious program people to help break you out of those mental prisons, to help break you out of the bullshit, out of the programmings, so that you can literally set your life and yourself free. Okay? Because freedom is like the most amazing feeling that any soul can ever feel. Freedom in your bank account, freedom in your career, freedom in your relationships, freedom in your living situation feels fucking good. And if you've experienced freedom in any aspect of your life, you know firsthand it feels fucking good. It feels amazing. And you wouldn't want it any other way, right? So stop limiting yourself. Some inner work tips I'm going to leave you off with right now, which is what I'm doing today. Actually, I'm going to go work out and then I'm going to do this inner work. But I'm doing this pattern interrupt inner work right now, which is what patterns do I have in my energy that are limiting me financially, fulfillment-wise, purpose-wise, gift-giving-wise. I'm going to be so fucking honest with all of you in my community and even those new people who come into the community and subscribe. There was something inside of me where I was just like, I don't want to talk about this today. I don't want to share how my soul feels. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go public with it. Like I don't want to be public facing with my soul wisdom, my soul beliefs, okay? Not little self Grayson, like soul self Grayson. And there was something in me where I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I'm about to get to the bottom of that today and like figure out where that energy is coming from. But there's something inside of me that was trying to hold me back, that was trying to limit me, okay, from stepping forward, being public facing, talking about this really intense conversation because it needs to be said. One of the things that came through the other day, I don't think it was the other week, but the other day I was working with Kali Ma and she was like, you need to stand and speak your truth unapologetically. And I said, fuck, I really do. I really fucking need to do that. I need to understand that from where I have been on my own soul journey, that the most amount of blessings came from when I got so severely triggered, when I got my feelings hurt. Because if my feelings did not get hurt, if I did not get triggered, I would not be able to experience a better life than what I grew up living. I would be stagnant. I would be mediocre. I would be broke. I would be miserable. I would be super low vibrational. I would still be an alcoholic. Like, if I didn't get triggered, if I didn't have my feelings hurt, if I didn't go through ego deaths, if I didn't go through all of that, I wouldn't be here today. I would not be here speaking this message. I would not be here sharing this wisdom. I would not be here to teach you guys how to heal yourselves, I get all the time from people who I've done sessions with where they're like, you literally have changed my life. And I'm so much healthier because of you. And thank you so much. Please keep doing what you're doing. And, I get that all the time, but it's like, I would not receive that. I would not give that help. I would not be able to be in a position of holding that space of teaching if I didn't get triggered myself, if I didn't go through the depths and the ugly and the bad of transformation, if I didn't go through the pain, if I didn't go through any of that, I would not be here today. And there's different levels to my purpose. There's different levels to all of our callings. Okay. I feel like all of us have a special mission, higher calling to be here at this time. And there's different levels to it. And in order to get to the next level in your life, you have to be triggered. Like it's impossible. It's inevitable. I was reading this book yesterday because I've been feeling called to explore financial literacy and like teach myself how to work with stocks and the stock market and everything. And I was reading this book in Barnes Noble, and I just felt my consciousness like it was like expanding, and it was just information overload. And I thought, is this how people on my YouTube feel like when they're listening to all my videos? Like they're just taking in so much information, and your consciousness is going, ah. That's like literally how I was feeling yesterday. And so it's like, yeah, you feel that. You feel your consciousness expanding. You feel certain aspects within get triggered. And it's like such an emotional intensity that it's like you have to release it. And you're like, how do I healthily release this and not do this in an unhealthy way? Like, and so anyways, yeah, I think I'm just going to cut this conversation here today because this was a lot and this was really intense and lots of seeds were planted. Lots of healing energies came through my throat chakra and above. And so anyways, I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys in the next live video. If you have any requests, feel free to comment, feel free to send me an email, and I can do some channeling. I can do some expanding, some exploring, whatever resonates for the highest good of all involved. So thank you guys so much. I love you and have an amazing rest of your day.